How's it going, everybody? Josh Taylor here, live from Springfield, USA. Today we have the owner of Springfield Health and Fitness, Alexis Fourman. Alexis, welcome to Live from Springfield, USA. How are you today?
Wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Good, good. So we're just going to have some dialogue about, where you came from, how you got to Springfield Health and Fitness, and what the future vision is for that.
Okay.
So what got you? Where did that kind of come up? Because I know Pat Frock owned the gym prior. We'll go there and then we'll kind of backtrack a little bit, but how did that all come about? Where did you guys come into play?
So early fall of 2017, Pat Frock had reached out to my business partner, Blake Schaefer, and said, are you interested in the gym, possibly buying it, or do you know anybody that is? And just ironically, I had been looking for a place bigger to hold my flex classes. Some people know about my workout classes. I had been holding them out of my church, and it was, there was 20 to 30 people that were coming 3 to 4 times a week, and we just needed a bigger facility for that. And so I had been pricing other places to possibly rent, see if it would be feasible to keep the price where I wanted it to be. And when this proposal came to us, Blake said, yes, I have somebody in mind. He came to us right away. Talked to me and my husband, and we kind of just felt like it was meant to be. But I was teaching at that moment. Like, I was a 7th grade social studies teacher at that time. I was working on my 13th year. And so that was a little bit of a hurdle to figure out what we were going to do with that, because I would be the face of the gym, and I would, Blake has his own business, Jeff has his own business. And so what were we going to do with that? But we met with Pat a couple of times. We toured the gym. We talked a lot about like what does that gym already look like? Because we knew it was thriving, we knew it was successful, and we wanted to keep it in that same route. We didn't want to make any huge changes.
Right.
Yeah.
As someone that used to go there, absolutely, there was not a whole lot of change that took place. I mean, you guys upgraded things, of course, with gym equipment and everything throughout the years. What was that like? Transitioning. What grade did you say you taught?
Taught 7th grade.
7th grade. Okay. All right. What was that like, transitioning from teaching at school to kind of going full time at the gym?
The biggest thing is not having like a definite routine and schedule. People say to me all the time, do you miss teaching? And I can't say that I do, because I feel like I teach every day between personal training with my clients, teaching my workout classes, or just being with the staff, things like that, helping members. I feel like I'm teaching and helping, and that's what I've always wanted to do. Okay. So that in itself wasn't like a huge shift for me, but just like, learning the ropes, learning the new software program, meeting everybody. Those were the changes, not having my summers off anymore. If I need to come in at like, if something happens at 9 p.m. at night or 10 p.m., it's me. Like, I have to go in, check the doors, if the electricity goes out, just the normal things of owning and running your own business. It was foreign to me, because in the teaching role, that was somebody else's responsibility. Yeah.
So was it scary transferring from the teaching part from school to, because that is your entrepreneurship at that point. Is that your first endeavor into business ownership?
Yeah. It was.
That's impressive, because you guys did a great job. Just kind of hit the ground running.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It was always the question in the back of my head is like, what more do I need to be doing? Am I doing this right? What should I be learning? How can I fix this gym equipment, or who can teach me? Things like that. Who do I call if this happens? Those were all learning curves for me.
Yeah.
And
So I think one of the things people are curious, who is Alexis Fourman when you're off the clock, when you're not at the gym? Because you said you have a husband, so you're married. I know Jeff, of course, and you have kids. What does daily life look like outside of the gym?
So right now I have a 17-year-old, a senior in high school, and I have a 14-year-old. He's going to be a freshman. So honestly, a lot of that revolves around them, their sport activities, transferring them, being together as a family whenever we can on the weekends. Fitness has always been a huge part of my life and my husband's life. So that's always been there no matter what. That's a daily thing. Being with friends, being with family, I've got, just, gosh, who am I outside
That's
of
a
the
loaded
gym?
question.
It really is. Right now, I would say it's just a lot of, you know, being involved in the kids' things. Like right now, I am knee deep with all the senior stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know, with having daughters and stuff, you know, college visits, senior pictures, all those things. So my brain is in a million places right now, making sure I don't drop the ball on something.
Oh my goodness, I feel that.
Yeah.
Running a business, because I've had a couple businesses since,
Yeah.
and so doing those, and then you're constantly like, you get ready to go to sleep, and you're like, did I forget to invoice them? Like, did I forget to respond to them? And you're constantly wondering, like, you know, what did I not do today?
Yeah.
So I mean,
And if you don't, it's like, okay, do I get up and do it now, or do I put it in my phone to make sure I do it first thing in the morning, right?
yeah, and then I go, wait a minute, I'll put it in my phone in 5 minutes, and I'm like,
No, that doesn't work either.
I didn't
No.
do that.
Yeah.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
So
So that's where I am. And I would say, like, we do prioritize right now. Prioritize might not be the right word, but traveling. We just want to experience life.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Do you find that, like, with owning the gym, do you have the free time to go and do those things? Is it?
Early on, I would probably say I didn't give myself that luxury or that opportunity, and it takes time to build your own people that trust you and you trust them when you work, like working, and building the systems and the procedures for when you are gone, right? So I am
Yeah.
so blessed right now. I've had great managers, but right now I've got Darren, which you know,
Yeah.
and Darren is just a rock star.
He
And
is. I love that guy.
right? And so it is nice to step away, because like it's not uncommon for me to travel somewhere even for 4 days and take my laptop, work on deposits, work on, you know, payroll, things like that. And I still do that, but there's a lot of things
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about when I leave, because Darren is there, and it's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Darren, we love you, buddy.
Yeah.
So do you, how much, the question I'm trying to ask is, like, how much delegation, is there a lot of load that's taken off of you by having all the workers? Because, you know, when I come in about every single day, just, you know, grabbing something, and I usually see a lot of the same faces behind the counter, and that's good.
It is good.
You know,
Yeah.
having the same, like, people every day.
Yeah, not a lot of turnover.
Yeah.
I will say that when we onboard people, one thing is a lot of times it does happen to be gym members that want a job, you know, high school or
Yeah.
college kids that they love being at the gym and they can't think of anything better, you know, so they get their free membership, they get paid. And then we do have systems in place to train them and to have them model and watch other, you know, employees. So with those systems in place, the checklists, and then Darren or I almost always being there, it does help. And then we have another, you know, Connor, a second-hand man that's, you know, always there. And there's always eyes everywhere. So
Yeah.
that's nice. And our members are so good and loyal, and they keep us in the loop too, right?
Yeah.
They're either telling us, hey, this needs done, and in a nice way, you know. Or, you know, you know, our members are great. They're great to our staff, and it really helps our staff, you know,
Yeah.
feel like a family, and everybody just blends well together.
Yeah.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been very blessed to not have a lot of turnover lately,
Yeah.
I would say.
That's good. That's excellent. So you've competed before, correct?
I have.
How long ago was that?
It was before we bought the gym. So I would say it was about a 2-year stint. And let's say, I'm just going to ballpark, because I know it was like I was 6 months or so removed before we bought the gym. So I'm going to say between like 2014 and 2016,
Okay.
maybe 2015 and 2017, I competed. And did you want me to elaborate on that?
You can if you want. Go
Or
ahead.
did you have another question?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was a bucket list for me. It was a
Okay.
major bucket list for me. I'd gotten to a point that I was like, I can do this. My kids, you know, they were still little, and I didn't want them to be aware of it or see everything. I hid a lot from them as far as, you know, posing. You know, I didn't want my daughter or anybody to be obsessed with the camera, which they
Right.
already are, you know, but to see me doing all those things. And they were young. But I did make sure, I was very nervous as a teacher, because I was in the education field at that time. So I went to my
Yeah.
principal, and I went to the board, and I even went to our union to make sure it was okay. And I was like, I did not post anything on social media. I did not promote myself in any way. In fact, very few people knew at that time that I was competing. I kept it
Okay.
very, very hush. I didn't want to lose my job. I didn't want my
Right.
7th grade students looking me up online, because I couldn't control what the organization or the competitions were going to post.
Right. You know, absolutely. I competed in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that is not a. You have to be committed.
Uh-huh.
Like there's because it's not long term, but it is long term when
Mm-hmm.
you're doing it because if you're training for 4 to 6 months, however long that process is. How long did you train for?
I didn't before I was actually ready.
Yeah.
Before I was actually ready, like I was probably ready at 4 months, but I waited until 6 months,
Okay.
and I did 4 in total and got my pro card.
Gotcha.
But the return on investment was so little that I stepped away.
Okay.
But
When you say stepped away, like not competing anymore.
yeah,
Okay. No, I feel that because I did mine and
Yeah.
I got 6th place.
Uh-huh.
There was only 6 of us, so
Yeah.
I got dead last, and I was like, at least I did it.
exactly.
It was kind of more like you said. It wasn't a bucket list thing, but it was something that I'm like, man, I just kind of feel like I want to try this and see what
Yeah.
happens. I was absolutely terrified on stage,
Mm.
absolutely terrified,
Mhm.
because everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
You're literally the center of attention. The spotlight's on you,
Yeah.
kind of like
Oh,
this,
yeah.
but a little bit different.
Yeah.
A little different. Did that have any? I guess what I'm trying to ask the mental aspect of it.
Mhm.
Was there any of that? Was it wearing on you at all in that process? Because I know it did a little bit for me.
Mhm.
Because you're kind of depending on how much weight you have to lose, kind of starving yourself a little bit, which I did.
So I'm on the flip side of that.
Okay.
Not now, but on the flip side of that, I came in a lot smaller actually.
Mhm.
So I actually had to gain a little bit of weight. So as far as that was concerned, I ate more than I've ever eaten, but it had to be specific. So
Yeah.
the struggle was for me more of if I wanted to go out to eat with my family, where were we gonna go?
Mm-hmm.
Did it meet my macros?
Yep.
That I think was frustrating for my husband and for me, and just kind of being bound to that aspect.
Yeah.
But as far as the training for me at the time, it was not hard. I was already working out an hour or so a day. That just kind of came naturally to me, and the supplements a little bit kind of got monotonous. Taking so many different supplements, and I don't do well with protein with whey protein.
Okay.
So we had to change some things because I couldn't do it. It would hurt my stomach too much.
Okay.
So imagine trying to be a body or a figure competitor and maybe having one protein shake a day.
Man.
Yeah, because I just couldn't. It hurt too much.
So what was your? I feel like this is. I'm just curious. What was your diet like in that time frame? Was it like? You said you had to eat more.
Oh
Correct?
yeah, I was consuming like 2,000 or more calories a day.
Okay.
Which is unusual for a female in that field because I wasn't necessarily cutting weight. I needed to get a little bit bigger,
Right.
in my shoulders and in my glutes.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, I had to get down to 800 calories a day. It was
See, yeah.
not fun.
yeah.
Not fun. Let's see. How involved are Jeff and Blake? Because I know they have their own businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you guys share any responsibilities? What does that look like?
Early on, they were really involved, very involved. All of us together. But as time has grown on, it goes smoothly. I'm the face. I'm there every day anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Blake runs his business. So there are accountants. LWS is our accountants for the gym, which is tremendous help.
Mm-hmm.
As far as Jeff, we have our insurance, their gym insurance through him. And so he is there to help with that aspect. When there's any kind of liability insurance kind of questions, he's the backbone for that. So those are huge, right? Huge things that are taken off my shoulders. And then obviously because Jeff's my husband, he probably gets a little bit more involved, because he has to come home and hear me just yapping or trying to solve things. So he probably gets more of it, a little bit more involved in that aspect. And he'll come in and train, Fridays and Saturdays as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
As far as classes goes,
Mm-hmm.
how many classes do you teach?
Me personally?
Yes.
3 to 4.
A day?
A week.
Oh, a week. Okay.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I'm a personal trainer too. So I train clients throughout the day.
Okay.
And that is almost a full-time job. That can be anywhere from, 8 to upwards of 14 clients a day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's what are your ranges? Like, do you train half an hour, all
Half
of the
an hour.
above?
Yes. Half an hour. Every now and then a 45-minute client. and then a few hour clients. Most
Okay.
people like that 30 minutes, get in, get out, get it done.
Okay. What would be the biggest pain point with, training? Because I mean, obviously you have, a good clientele.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a pain point with having clients, or what their biggest issues are, or what the issues you run into?
That's three like different questions. So
Take your pick.
my pain point, or like when I'm working with them, what am I trying to help them with?
I guess we'll do both of those.
Okay.
Your pain point, and then what you're helping them with.
I don't know that I have like huge pain points with the clients. It's probably more of like the consistency and the scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, coming from the teaching world, you knew when you were teaching, you knew when you came in, you knew when you left. And so your day can change very drastically. You could end up with 3 clients canceling in one day.
Yeah.
And because of life or just whatever. And you're trying to figure out, how do you recoup that loss? Do you get them rescheduled? What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that's in any industry, just a hairstylist, everything.
Yeah.
For my clients, I guess it would be the hardest thing for me to turn around is I'm with my clients for that 30 minutes. What are they doing the rest of the time?
Right.
And how can I influence them in a way that's not nagging and makes them feel worse, but lifts them up before they leave and motivate them? So if they're really struggling with nutrition, how do I help them with that? Because I'm not in their kitchen. I'm not at home. Even if I make a meal plan for them, how do I continue to encourage them and educate them in that 30 minutes that I have with them once or twice a week?
Yeah.
So that's probably like something I worry about a lot with my clients, and I think they struggle with. Or if they come to me twice a week, how do I get them moving more throughout the week so that they meet their goals?
Yeah, absolutely. When they come in, obviously you probably ask them, what's your goal?
Mm-hmm.
Do people come in knowing what their goal is, or do they just come in hoping that maybe you'll help shine some light on that?
It's a twofer. What the biggest thing is, they'll say, I want to lose weight, or I want to get toned. And then you may hear this in different realms of businesses, and in the education world, you hear this a lot, is let's make that a measurable goal. How do we measure that? What does that look like? Is that 2 inches off your waistline? Let's get specific. Because you telling me you want to lose weight, that could be 50 pounds or that could be 20 pounds. You saying you want to get definition, what does that look like? And let's get specific. Yeah. And that's the hardest part, to get them to really lock it in and narrow that down. And then how do you get there, right?
Yeah.
How do you get to that point? And how long do you have to get to that goal? Are you giving yourself 6 months? Are you giving yourself a year?
Mm-hmm.
And let's make that realistic. And how do we break that down?
How often do you see people come in training with you, and then they end their training, but they stay going to the gym? How often have they turned that into a lifestyle thing? Is that pretty frequent?
For me, for my clients, I would say it's about 60%, 60 to 70%. I have clients that will only come in to train because that's the only thing that holds them accountable, is because it hits their pocketbook a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then they don't have to think about it. People don't want to have to think. And if you're not familiar with the gym, they don't want to have to think about what weight did they use last time, what muscle groups are we doing today. Mm-hmm. They sit there and say, that's what I pay you for, right?
Yeah.
And it is. Let's be real.
Yeah.
So I've been blessed where I do have a lot of my clients are gym members, and I get them to come to my classes too, because then they don't have to pay for that as part of their gym membership. So that helps them get more workouts in throughout the week. Or if they're not able to do my class, maybe they're going to do like the Just Balance class, for the older population.
Okay.
And then we've got a resilience class too. Same thing with spinning. Some people love spinning, So it's me trying to get them to find what they like to keep them busy and going.
Do they ever come in with a why?
Like a purpose as to why they, yeah. Whether it's somebody's getting married, or I've got my high school reunion coming up. Another why is just like, I want to be able to get up and get down with my grandkids.
Yeah.
Those whys, I do get those a lot. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. What all classes does Springfield Health Fitness offer right now? Like, because I know it's not just yours.
Yeah.
There's all kinds. I know, Lucas and all the, everybody.
So Lucas teaches kickboxing class. We've got body pump, and we have quite a few instructors that teach body pump. Mm-hmm. We've got spinning and quite a few instructors teaching spinning throughout the different times of the day. We have dance classes like Swirk and Turn Up Dance. We have rock. It used to be Rockin' to the Oldies, but now it's moving to the 80s and 90s. We've got, like I said, a resilience class that uses like resistance-based balls and bands, and you can sit in a chair. We have a balance class that's through Silver Sneakers, which is great. With our insurance program, a lot of people don't know, but we accept certain insurance programs that allow them to train for free.
Okay.
Just get that little plug in there.
Yeah. I was going to say, what is Silver Sneakers? There are people that might be interested in that.
So Silver Sneakers is through Anthem, I believe. And if you're of the age of Silver Sneakers, you've heard of it. So there's United Healthcare also has something called Renew Active. We have Active and Fit. So they're generally for I would say, older population of 60 and up. Okay. But there are some businesses locally that carry certain insurance programs where they can come in and train for free that are people that are working still.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Is that a pretty, is there quite a few people using that?
Yeah.
Actively?
Especially Silver Sneakers. But yeah, there are quite a few people that use it, that have any of those programs and come in and use it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This was kind of taking a little bit turn back towards the training side of it. How long have you been a personal trainer?
So I was training way back while I was teaching. So we've owned the gym for almost 9 years. Wow. Right?
It's been that long?
No, it is 9 years. It's almost 10 years. In 2027, it'll be 10 years.
Man.
Yeah. So, 9.5. I do my math wrong. We can edit that out,
That's
right?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, we'll leave that.
Let's leave that. I'm horrible with math. And I was training before that. So my son is 14. I would say I was officially a personal trainer after he turned a year old. So probably 13 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that something that you had always wanted to do, or did something just kind of like turn with that? Was that? It's
always been a part of my life. When I was going to college at Ohio University to become a teacher, I took fitness classes there, and they had an opportunity for me to get certified in what was called back then aerobics certification.
Yeah.
But now it's called Group X. So when I was in college, I already got a certification. It was for fitness classes, and then it progressed to personal training. I was training even teachers after school. We would have workout classes in a classroom. We would push all the desks away, and we would, do different, exercises and things like that.
Okay. Did you? I feel like you probably taught here local in Springfield.
Oh, you mean as a teacher?
Yeah.
No, well, not.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
No, you're good. Graham. So it was about 25 minutes away, St. Paris. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So you guys are in the Springfield New Sun building.
Yeah.
What is it like? What has it been like? What is the experience with being in the heart of Springfield?
I love it. Like as a child that grew up when Springfield wasn't thriving downtown, I didn't have much experience, right? You hear your own parents talking about, well, this was this back then, and this building used to be, and so now that I'm there, and I love that my kids can come down. We leave on Saturday mornings. I'll teach, my flex class, change, and during the summer, my husband and I or the kids will walk from the gym, go get a cup of coffee, and then we'll go to the farmer's market, right? We really try and help support local businesses. And I love seeing the gym members come in on their lunch break. They're working, at the courthouse or somewhere else, and they walk to the gym and they work out during their lunch break. Yeah. And just being a part of all of that, even when things aren't great, you still rally together. And I love it.
And I think there was, because Springfield got a lot of negative attention there for a while, to hear that kind of thing where people are walking around downtown and there's not really, a bunch of issues. I'm like, there is a great community here. Get involved.
Yeah. See for yourself.
Yeah.
Don't just be on the outskirts. Come down, see for yourself, walk around, this is so random and you can cut it out if you want.
No, please.
But just recently I dropped my son off to get his hair cut, and it was in the Tuttle building, which is right here, basically right where this facility is almost. And it's just like an alley or two away to get to the gym. And I was like, if you get done before I'm done training my client, this is where you're going to go, just be aware of your surroundings, like anything. I said, but just come back to the gym. You don't need me to pick you up. And he walked. straight to the gym.
Yeah. I have spent a lot of time downtown just working, either coming to the gym or sitting at it used to be Winans, now it's Scouts, and just sitting there and working, and it's quiet sometimes, but it can kind of get a little bit busy. But it's pleasant.
It is.
I think they've done a great job, because like you, I didn't really come down here, when I was younger and everything. I'm like, oh, people in businesses go downtown, but there's places to visit. There's businesses, there's clothing stores, there's, people trying to do something and create opportunities. And I think it's fantastic.
I do too.
So is there anything that you would like to tell the audience, when it comes to Springfield Health Fitness? How do they get involved? Where do they go? What's the address?
Perfect.
How do they contact you?
Yeah, wonderful. We we're a gym family. We welcome all new members. And we are at 202 North Limestone Street. We have 2 floors, but you just walk right on in. Check in at the front desk. We'll get you all set up. If it's your first time, that is free. So you can work out free for the first time. Our gym membership includes all of our fitness classes for free. So that's an opportunity. We have monthly rate. We have a yearly rate. And then if you're not sure you even want to become a member quite yet, you can do a 1-month pass. We even have class passes where you just come and you get a punch card. So just come once a week and you take the class you like. We have all different kinds of different, memberships and things like that to help people out. Sometimes the college kids that come home, we have 3-month memberships or a week pass. So if you're just visiting or traveling, there's that opportunity too.
So sometimes military personnel will come back to town for a little bit, but they don't stay. Is there any offers for things like that?
Yes. So if you're active duty and you're here just visiting family for a week or 2, which your brother-in-law, things like that. They can come, they can work out for free. Just bring your, military ID or badge as proof. And we let them train,
That's
for,
awesome.
Sometimes it's, a week, sometimes it's a month, and then they deploy again. So.
Yeah, don't abuse it, guys.
Yeah,
don't abuse that.
But yeah.
Okay. I know this is a dangerous question to ask. What's your favorite coffee place?
Oh.
Don't want to offend anybody.
Yeah. Okay, here's my answer.
Okay.
It's a good one. It's wherever Connor and Megan go that day to get coffee and bring it back to me.
That's a great answer. That's a great answer.
So, honestly, I don't make stops very often to get coffee.
Yeah.
So it's going to be more like they go and make stops and they get it for all of us, and then we just pay them back.
That is perfect.
So it's going to be wherever they go to get the coffee and they bring it back.
That's a great answer. Great answer.
But I will put this plug in.
Go ahead.
9 times out of 10, I'm going to shop local. I'm going to go to a local place.
Good.
Rather than like a big, franchise. Yeah,
absolutely. Okay. A small everyday Springfield routine or spot that makes you happy.
It's not every day. The farmer's market really makes me happy.
Okay. Used to be Cohatch.
Well,
is that
yeah, it's to the side of Cohatch. It's that alleyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The farmer's market's not every day, right?
No, it's not. So it's just in the summer. That's why I said.
Okay.
So yeah, that's a tough one for me. I'm not sure.
Okay. All right, here this. I feel like this is a pretty good one. One thing that people get wrong about Springfield that you'd set straight, if there is if there is a thing that you had. It's not scary.
I would say that it's not scary, and that there's nowhere to go and do in Springfield. Like, there's nothing good in Springfield. Like, people will say things like that, like, I need to go somewhere else. And I think that's wrong. I think that you need to be more in tune with your city to know. Be more in tune with Springfield. Go online, check things out, like, see what's going on. Like, it's out there. The resources are out there. Social media, Springfield Chamber, all of those websites that we have out there, they say what's going on downtown, especially right now. We just got done having the Summer Arts Festival. We have First Friday, all those things. And it's just a matter of staying in tune or asking your friends what else is going on. I mean, those new pickleball courts they just put up, which are great by the fountains. there's so many outdoor things you can do, and we're trying to get more indoor things as well.
Yeah.
And being a part of that.
Yeah. And I think it's okay to get involved and be creative for yourselves and bring something else to the table. You know, start a business of your own. If you've got an idea, don't be scared to start it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I got one more good one. Which one's harder, being a trainer or being a business owner?
Being a business owner.
Being a business owner.
100%.
Why? I know the answer. I'm not a trainer, but I get it.
So, there's always something. Like, as far as like trying to make everybody happy, you can't make everybody happy. You have to have thick skin, and you just got to keep a smile on your face and kill everybody with kindness the best that you can. Give them the benefit of the doubt. You don't know what's going on in their life the day. If they're upset about something, it's probably something totally different, and it's just coming off on you.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't know what their backstory is. So I would just, being a business owner and just trying to do your best each and every day.
Yeah, that develops a skill that you cannot learn like in school or anything like that. Being able to navigate, being able to navigate someone being upset, navigating emotions and all that stuff when someone's, you know, been out of shape about something. That is a skill that comes with time. So, Alexis, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure talking with you. So is there any last thing that you would have to say to anybody? All good?
Other than just come check out the gym. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, absolutely. I do have one more thing. So any particular, what's the word? So I know you've got some pretty heavy weight downstairs. Is it bodybuilding, more CrossFit style? What kind of?
You know that answer. It's everything.
They don't.
Yeah, I know. It's everything. You know, to be honest with you, people ask like, oh, I didn't realize, or they'll say, I didn't realize this, you know, it was a total gym. Like, it has everything. We're probably going to have more dumbbells. I would say our gym has the largest amount and quantity of dumbbells in any gym in the area.
Yeah.
We've got cardio equipment galore. We just got $50,000 worth of new cardio equipment in the gym.
Wow.
Spinning bikes, we have 18 of them. We've got all the Nautilus and cable machines that you could think of. And then, yes, specialty equipment for powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit type style. So, yeah.
And you guys do competitions down there as well?
We did. We don't anymore.
Okay.
But, yes, we did have powerlifting competitions.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Well, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, thanks for joining. Once again, I'm your host, Josh Taylor, live from Springfield, USA. Everybody have a fantastic evening. Talk to you later.